It's the first link.
Okay, well, we are
Hey
ready.
everyone.
Yes, fantastic. Sorry, we're just trying to get everything lined up. And man, do we have a lineup for you today. We got some amazing things going on. I'm wearing my Atlantis Bahamas shirt because we're getting ready to, there he is on the side, getting ready to
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 cruise.
go on a cruise in February, which is going to be fun. So we're talking about that later on, but it's so exciting, all the things we're talking about. So I'm Greg. This is my beautiful wife, Mena. We're actually in here in Sarasota, Florida area. And so, yes, we are coming to you live. So I'll have Mena kind of kick it off, and then
Yeah.
we're going to introduce our guest speaker in a minute after we play a quick video.
So thank you for joining us, whether it's your evening or your afternoon or early morning. You are welcome, and we appreciate every single one of you. Please message your friends and family members that you've invited to be on here. Let them know that we're getting started because we want to stay within the hour so that nobody is delayed for further plans. But we're not medical professionals. We don't know a lot about what we're going to share, but we've learned over the 3 years that
Yeah,
we've been involved with this
learned a lot.
company, and the results that we're seeing people have just absolutely amazing. But we have someone on here who's going to be sharing with you, and you're going to learn a lot more from her because she is a functional medical coach, health coach. So
She'll tell you
I've
specifics.
messed up her title. She will fix that up for me. But we appreciate Annette. But before we get started, and she's a great leader. She's
Yep.
leading a team internationally as well, with lots of great leaders underneath her. So you're going to see her a lot more. And we so appreciate Annette and Robert. And we've got to love them
Yes.
since we were introduced to them when August of 2023. They've become family to us as well. So we are grateful to have her sharing today with
Yep.
you. And we're going to play a short 3-minute video, and then
And then
Annette's going to come back on.
and then we'll get her introduced properly. There we go. So okay, so check out this video. So again, it's videos, but explains more in 3 minutes. We explain in 30 minutes. So definitely take notes when you watch this. It's pretty powerful. If I can just move this out of the way. There we go. Awesome.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisatinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself, and even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The this is it system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
Fantastic. Well, that is awesome. So the one thing we always want to do is make sure you understand how powerful this product is, but also the team they're a part of and who's going to be going over this today. And I muted you, Annette, just so you know, so that, again, that Annette is actually, if I could probably say this wrong, a functional health medicine coach. It's probably wrong too. But again, she is someone that knows a lot more about this than we do. I always look at these acronyms and all this kind of stuff. So, but she knows a lot more about this. She's been studying and working with people for many, many years, helping them from a nutritional standpoint, health standpoint, stuff like that. So again, no further ado, I want to introduce our awesome friend, Annette Arsenault. So take it away, Annette.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I appreciate being able to be here and share with this today. Do you want me to share my screen or you want me to do the share?
Yes, just go ahead and share your screen. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Hold on. Let me bring this up real quick then.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can correct us with regards to your title.
Yes.
I'll do that. So yes, I am a functional medicine health coach. So that just means that we deal with how our body works, which is why I got super excited about this. 2 years ago, when I was introduced to it, it was actually Greg and Josh Holdaway that got a hold of me, and I sat with them, and they went through what the information I'm going to give you today. Plus a little bit more. And I got super excited because I just could tell what this was going to be able to do for people. If it did half as much as they said, I was super excited about that. So the question is, have you been patched? And so if you have not yet, please get back with the person that introduced you this and get this on your body. That's the best way to find out really what it's going to do for you. And I'll talk a lot more about how all the different things and why. This can do so much for you. So first of all, for me, as a functional medicine health coach, didn't have health issues, but I did have accident stuff. I had had a car accident. I had had a surgery on my feet where I lost some toes, which is a whole nother story. But if you watch long enough, you'll hear some of it. And it created a situation where I had ligament damage in my neck, burning muscle pain in the middle of my back that made me very uncomfortable, very fidgety, all kinds of things that you just start to live with the conditions that you have, you find out. So I was actually doing that and didn't realize how much I was actually doing it until it went away. And I had been doing all the good things. I had vertigo that had happened after a surgery with a ticking in my ear. Also really horrible nerve pain in my leg from the rerouting of nerves after I lost the toes and stuff like that. So those bad cramps that you can get, like you stand up and rub them out, that didn't work for me. It was painful, very scary on many occasions. The vertigo, I never knew when it was going to come or go. I had to stop doing a lot of things because of it happening. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I had been dealing with those things for 4 or 5 years at that point, doing all the things, all the anti-inflammatory, working with and for chiropractors, all the things, and just couldn't get it to resolve. So literally within the first week, the burning muscle pain in the middle of my back all subsided. Don't know why, but they took care of it. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. And also, it took about 4 to 5 months. And the other things, the vertigo, the different things, they started to subside. It's been like 1.5 years and I haven't had any of that. So very, very excited about that. And I want to, at this point, I like to challenge a little bit of a challenge to each person when I talk to them about this now is, yes, you are listening to this to what it can do for you, but I challenge you to see what people that have serious things going on that make their life lesser quality. And this can help you live your lives better. It made me stop being fidgety. It changed my life, even in my health, in all the things that I know. So I challenge you to listen for other people, because this could be a serious game changer for you, but also for somebody you know, and they may not find out about it unless you tell them. So here we go. So about this, David Schmidt is the CEO and inventor of this, CEO of the company, inventor of this product, which is extraordinary in and of itself. He's got, as that video said, 200 patents, which puts him in the top, one of the top scientific minds in our history because of that. He's specializing in age reversing regenerative science, basically. So in 2004, he was commissioned by the Navy SEALs to come up with something for the for them to stay awake without artificial stimulants for 36 to 42 hours, and without the artificial stimulant. So this is kind of like, this is where it all came from. If you go back and listen to all of that whole story, that's where this phototherapy came into play, to keep them awake. That was where that technology came into play, made multiple other patches and stuff, but his attention in 2008 was turned to stem cell activity, because that's a really big deal. All at that time was, you know, the injections and sourcing and all the different things that came out about how good stem cells can be, but how can we give our bodies that kind of activity to heal? There's all kinds of that information out there. So he went to work with the technology that he knew and the science behind regenerative science, and went to work. So 10 years and $4.5 million later, we have the X39. As it stated, there's more than one patent out there on this technology, but this one in particular about the X39, you can see it says embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, GHKCU. That's the copper peptide that it elevates in our body. And what it does is it activates, when that happens, it includes activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants. I go into the smaller print and it says reduction of inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen, which again, I love that one. I always talk about that one because it is great right alongside the stem cell activity. And I'll talk about it in a little bit. But improvements in stamina, the collagen, and then improved wound healing. I've got a little bit of a photo for that just real quick later to show you that how extraordinary that is. But all of this can be looked at later, but this is really incredible information. So why X39 stem cell activation patch? Why this technology? First of all, just knowing what stem cells are, a lot of people are unaware of how serious it is. Well, like, we're made up of stem cells. Every cell in our body turns into that cell from a stem cell. So that's how our body heals. It's how we're made. It's how God made us. So, and obviously, as we age, that diminishes. Like this says, in our 30s, about half of our stem cells go dormant, which along with a lot of other things are starting to show up in our 30s with the aging process, right? None of us are escaping that process. And so by 60, if you're doing good to have 5-10%, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on what you've done, how sick or not sick, or different things that you've got that have happened up to that point in your life. But no doubt we're all aging. Nobody escapes from this process, right? So this is one of the best health hacks that you can actually give yourself to stop and reverse some of that process. So that is why this is so extraordinary, because it systemically works for everybody. So how does it work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. So if you don't know what phototherapy is, you can look it up. My favorite example is always the sunshine. Sun it hits our skin. We know we get vitamin D, right? When we go out in the sun. Well, that is phototherapy. That's the sun hitting our skin at a particular frequency that communicates with our brain. It stimulates our skin, communicates with our brain, and tells our body to elevate a cholesterol in our blood that starts the process of making vitamin D. This works very much so the same. It reflects our own body's light and heat into our own body. Like we've all seen those military movies where they can tell where bodies are at because of the light and heat, you know, they can see that light signature. That's true. That's us. So this works because it reflects our light, a heat signature back into our body. It's non-transdermal. It's doing exactly what the sun does. It's reflecting back in, communicates with our brain, tells our body to elevate that GHK copper peptide in our blood, which was at higher levels when we were younger. That's why when you fall down or you get in an accident when you're, 20, you're going to heal a whole lot better typically than when you're 60 to 80, right? We all know this. That's why we have more stem cell activity on top of collagen production. All the things are working for us more when we're younger. So this elevates that copper peptide in our blood so that the stem cell activity can reignite and go to work for us. So it's non-transdermal. It's not putting anything in your body. It's just creating a transaction that happens naturally in our bodies, like so many other transactions that are going on unbeknownst to us. We don't know what's going on, but that's what's happening. So no drugs or chemicals, non-invasive, of course, because you just put a sticker on your body and it works. So that being said, the company, this product, we don't make any claims that it's going to heal, any kind of sickness or disease, diagnose, all that kind of stuff, because it's a health and wellness product. You put it on and it gives your body the tools it needs to heal and to regenerate and do the work that it was meant to do, just like we do when we eat food that's good for us, or we hydrate and all those things. Those are good things that we do for our body, so our bodies behave like they should, so they're well, right? This is another one of those things. We do this and it gives our body the tools it needs to recover and heal itself. So here's the basic benefits of the X39. Within 3 to 6 months, all these things start to happen. So increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina. Love that one. Go, go, go. When you get a little bit older, you've got a busy job and you can just stick it out throughout the whole day, not get that slump at the end of the day or in the middle of the day, all those kind of things. Energy and vitality, mental clarity. That's huge. Everybody's walking around like brain fog, like they can't concentrate, can't focus. We'll talk about why that might be in a minute. And then restored muscle and skeletal condition. Again, one of my favorite stories. I have so experienced this, being stronger in my body and the repair. I actually had 2 knee surgeries, one from the car accident that I spoke about earlier. And so you stop doing things when you have that kind of stuff because your body doesn't feel as strong, or you're a little leery that you're going to get injured again, right? I jumped off the counter at Christmas time after decorating above the cabinets and just didn't even think about it, because that's what we do when we're younger, right? Our bodies feel strong. They feel great. We just do the things. We don't think about it. But when you get injured or you're a little older, it doesn't feel like we can do those things anymore. Because my body was feeling so great, I just jumped off the counter and landed on the floor and thought, oh my gosh, I never would have done that a year ago. And that's how much, like, my knee is in great shape now. I love it, how strong my body feels. I'm 58 and feeling great. So you also get improved sleep, which again is a big deal. People they kind of discount, oh, well, I might be sleeping better. That's huge. If you don't sleep, your body can't repair and heal. That's like one of the best mechanisms that we can give our body to heal and be better, is to get really good sleep. We're meant to sleep. We need it. And then improved appearance in our skin. That speaks to the collagen. We always love that. There's more to it than that. So here's one of the studies that they did when we talked about that brain, more coherence and focus. This is a topography map of a woman that is 77 years old. She didn't do anything else but put the X39 on her. There's a bigger study. If you want to look at it, it's great. It's very interesting, but this is one of the examples of the participants. So session 1 is her brain before they got started. You can see the red, that's all of the inflammation in her brain at the beginning. So lack of brain coherence, her brain was hyperactive. So 3 weeks later, they put the X39 on the back of her neck. 3 weeks later is session 2. You can see all the red is gone. So no more inflammation, right? And then another 3 weeks later, so a total of 6 weeks, it's completely balanced. Everything is more coherent in her brain. So when you think about brain inflammation in your brain, obviously not a good thing. There's multiple things that are associated with brain inflammation. Alzheimer's, dementia, MS, Parkinson's, autism, all these kind of things, not to mention a host of other things, but those are a pretty big deal. And most of us probably know people that are affected by that or have that going on in their life in some way, shape, or form with somebody they know or them personally. So that is a big deal. And often when we have inflammation in our brain like that, it's not just happening in our brain, it's throughout our bodies systemically most of the time, chronically, unfortunately, these days. So when you can take that down, it's happening in the rest of your body as well. So really significant results in that. We're going to talk about that placement there in a minute too. So the long-term effects of X39 per case studies. And we'll give you the information on that in a little bit. In the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Got to remember, begin. There's some work to be done. Our bodies don't just recoup and heal like that overnight. We got to do the good things for a while. So I love that because genes resetting, that's like a third of our gene pool, maybe a little less. When you can start that activity, there's a whole nother host of things. That's a whole nother science thing, but it's incredible. Trust me. And then, like it says, 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. We just saw that study. So you can look more into that if you like. And then within 3 months, your collagen is increased. This is one of my favorite things too, because as we age, our collagen diminishes. That starts in our early 20s, actually. So what is it about collagen? I know we love it for our hair, skin, and nails. Great. But that's not the only thing that collagen is good for. A lot of people start to see their eye improvement. Our cornea is over 90% collagen. So when you give that restores back, I don't know what might happen. As well as we're strung together with collagen, bones, ligaments, tendons, linings of our arteries and our veins. There's just a host of things that our body uses collagen for. It's a main protein in our body. So when you give that back to your body, everything can get stronger. I love the example too. Might sound a little weird, but a lot of people say, I don't know, like I stop having to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Why might that be? Well, everything, bladder, all that kind of stuff gets weaker maybe as we get older. If we've had children, I've had 5 kids. So, we say, well, that's just aging or that's just normal. Well, is it? If we give our body back collagen, maybe that doesn't have to be the norm. Really, it doesn't. If we've got that production there, it doesn't have to be the norm. So let's make it not the norm. Let's give ourselves some more collagen activity systemically and watch what it does. And then last but not least, within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Cardiovascularly, they said that the average person reversed their heart age by 8 years in just 6 months by putting this on your skin. Nothing going in, super simple. That in and of itself is really incredible because I can do a lot of work with people to kind of help with heart health and the cholesterol and all the different things that we battle with, blood pressure and everything like that. But when you can just stick something on you like this, but I have to work with people for a long time, get them to change all kinds of habits and this, that, and the other, which I still would think people should do. I think you should do all the health things. I think you should health stack. We call that, just keep doing all those good habits, but definitely start with this or get this as part of it because your body is going to respond so much better if you're doing all the healthy things already. And you're like, well, what is this? Definitely add it to your protocol. I don't know that there's anything that can make as big of a difference in such a small package and such an inexpensive price for what this does. I absolutely love it. So not anti-aging, but reverse aging. And that is significant because there's not anything else out there. We got a lot of anti-aging stuff going on. Let's stop the production. Let's not get any older. But how about we reverse it? That's what we're doing. So how do we wear it? 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Why? A lot of people ask, well, can't I just leave it on all the time? Do I wear it out? Because again, we need to sleep. Our bodies need to rest and restore. So we wear it, create that transaction, let our bodies ramp up, and then take it off and let your body rest, rejuvenate, and repair while we sleep, right? So throw it away when you're done with it and then repeat. Put it on the next day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Make yourself a good habit. Healthy habits sometimes are a little bit hard to form at first and stuff. You might forget here and there. Don't worry about it. Just keep at the habit. Set an alarm. Put it where you brush your teeth. Any of those things that you need to do to start creating that good, healthy habit, it'll be well worth the effort. It's an investment in your health. You can wear more than one. David Schmidt himself says, start with the X39, see where you get in the first 30, 60, 90 days, and then see what you need to do from there. And last, but definitely not least, drink plenty of water. We need hydration no matter what we're doing for our health. You have to have it. Some people are so dehydrated, they can't even go give blood because their veins are so collapsed because they're so deficient. But with water, we need good, healthy water that has mineral content. So our water, most of the time we have to filter it like crazy to get all the crap out of it, sorry, but that's unfortunate fact. So we got to remineralize. So add Celtic sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, get yourself a good electrolyte, because your electrolytes are your three top minerals. A lot of times people don't know what that even means. What are electrolytes? It's minerals. It's just the three main ones that really help our body be hydrated. So potassium, magnesium, and sodium, you need those. So those are the ones that definitely get those in. That's going to help it. It's going to help it work its best as fast as possible when you're hydrated. It's going to do a better job. So if you want it to work faster, do that. So the X39, it's simple but yet it's sophisticated in the technology. When you realize what it can do and something that is so simple, it's amazing. Obviously, it's changing lives. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I've got a friend who's going to share here in a minute. But the great thing is that it works. We've just thousands and thousands of testimonies and everything. It's just amazing. So this one really quick, I want to show you when it speaks to age and healing. This is one that I love. And then I'm going to bring my friend Dinah on here in a second. But Marty here lives in St. Louis. He is now 85, was 84. I love to point out the wound healing. At 84 years old, to take a spill like this and look at that gash in his forehead, and now in 2 weeks, that's what it looked like. I think that is so extraordinary. And now you can't even see the scar. So that is extraordinary that you can see something like that at that age. Everybody knows that that's really difficult to ignore. So I'm going to ask Dinah, if you want to unmute and share your testimony right now, we'd love to hear it.
All righty. I am unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, because I can't see myself, so hopefully y'all see me.
We can.
Okay, good enough. Yeah, I met Annette in a business meeting actually, and when I found out what she did, I was just like, oh, we got to connect. I mean, I just knew there was an immediate connection, and so I got this information from her along with other things, of course. But when she started talking stem cell, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, we got to talk about this. And she was just giving me just a little bit of information. And I thought, this is absolutely incredible. So pretty much within like 2 days, we had a little meet and greet in the back alley of the club, so I could get started on the patches right away. I mean, it was just like, I got to do this. So I was scheduled to have hip surgery. I'd already had a complete right hip replacement. And my left hip was going down that same path. So had the MRIs, had the x-rays, had all, met the surgeon, blah, blah, blah. I was right. The next thing was just to schedule it. And I thought, you know what, we got to give this a shot. So I did. By day three, I know it doesn't happen that quickly for everybody, but I was one of those kind of almost, one patch wonders within 1 day. But I got up and it was just amazing to me because I slept so well the night before. So that was the first thing that got me. But then the second thing, once I sort of ambled around, I thought, I don't have as much pain in my hip. And so I'm still ambling around, and I go over to check my blood sugar with my glucose meter. And my blood sugar had dropped to like super normal levels. And so that was like amazing to me. And I sort of forgot about the hip because I was just enthralled by the fact that my blood sugar had like self-regulated overnight, basically. And so then it dawned on me, holy cripes, I've got like 80% less reduction of pain in this hip, which then increased my mobility, obviously. And it just got better and better and better. So everything that this product is touted to do, it does that and so much more, just so much more. And I've been on it. My husband and I've been on the patch for about 1.5 years now. And at 71 years old, I think I can probably outpace any 30-year-old in a 100-mile radius and probably beyond. Serious. And it's not just the physical even. I mean, but my physical, everything it says, my stamina, my mental clarity, my mental stamina. I mean, Annette knows from being with me teaching in class where, I mean, like I'm just bouncing, bam, 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 bam. And it all stays in the brain. It's just, I mean, it's incredible what this does. So I'm I'm a lifelong believer and wearer. I don't know if that's a word. But then, of course,
Sure.
after a year, I noticed the gray hairs coming in, not so gray anymore. And guess what? My thinning hair is like a thing of the past. So, who, especially as a woman, and okay, you guys, I can't see myself, but if y'all see me, this is my persona with my hat. So everybody, in town knows, well, that's the lady with the white hat. That's the one I'm a functional nutritionist. So, and teach people how to live healthy lifestyles. That's what I do. And I just can't speak highly enough of what this product does. And I'm convinced it's just the tip of the iceberg for me. And I've experienced absolutely everything that the patch has to offer. But the longer I wear it, the better I get. So,
Great, Dinah.
yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Dinah.
Hey,
I'll
you're
see
welcome.
I'll see you soon when I get back home.
Okay, see ya. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Thanks. Okay. Did you guys have somebody else or you want me to continue?
No, you can go ahead and
That's all
continue.
good.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
perfect. Thank you, Dinah, for
All right.
sharing. That's awesome. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're
Yep.
welcome.
Yep.
Okay, so all of the things that we've been talking about, you can find that on thisisit.info.com. If somebody's asking about this, is all about the product, you can find all of this information and more there. I love to go to the testimonies tab on that because, again, all these testimonies, you can go to this page, that's what it looks like, and you can see multiple things that when you give your body the right tools to work with, these are the kind of things that can happen. So gonna switch gears here real quick. As I said in the beginning, a little bit of a challenge. Obviously, those who are on here are what's the most important thing in your life? Of course, your health is important. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't, right? Me too. That's what I do. So the other thing that I get often with this is it's really expensive to be healthy. And yes, I agree with that and I disagree with that. But here's the wonderful thing about this company and this product is that what really is important to you is your financial security. If you can't afford for you to be healthy, then we need to be doing different things, right? We need to consider some different options if we can't afford to be healthy, because if you don't have your health, what do you have, honestly? So there's all kinds of things that we can generate the income. And this happens to be a win-win for us because whether it's your family time, security in your finances, travel, which there's an opportunity for that too, that we're going to talk about in a minute, less debt, all of those things. LifeWave itself, this is the other opportunity. When I challenge you to listen for somebody else, this is another thing too, because there are people out there who literally need extra income, or maybe they can't afford this right now, but they can earn that income by sharing this with other people. But the company is a 20-year-old company. It's in over now 80 countries. And this product, in sharing this with other people, it's not a Me Too product. There isn't anybody out there that has this technology like this for this cost. I cannot even begin to tell you how cost effective this is for your health. But the company itself in early 21, this tells you this is the other side of does it work? I love this too, because if you're a numbers person and you know business, like if in 2020, when the X39 came out, the company was at 20 to 30 million dollars, right, in revenue. 4 years, just this patch, this technology, this one came out, and in 4 years it went from 20 to 30 million dollars. After 16 years to over 600 million dollars in revenue, and the company pays those of us who are sharing this with other people 60% of that back to us. So it's got many people in this arena that look at these companies. It's got momentum awards from business for home.org, as well as for growth, the Bravo Award. And these are usually given to companies that are like startups, because obviously people take interest right away, not to a company that's been around for 20 years. So because of this technology, this is just in a place and a time that is so needed right now and so necessary. Health and finances are the two things that statistically we talk about and are concerned about and have to deal with every single day, right? Do we have enough money? Are we healthy enough to do the things that we want to do or can even do move around and do our jobs or anything without our health, right? So the company here, like, get back to the person obviously that introduced you or invited you here today. But here's several ways on how you can actually, whether it's you'd like to get your patches for free, in sharing, like I said, I challenge you, listen for somebody else, because somebody else out there absolutely needs this technology for their health. And they may get a result quicker than you. So like I said, 1 week to get rid of that burning muscle pain in the middle of my back. I had a long drive that I took just after that, and I would have been in so much more pain and discomfort and all the things had I not had this. It was amazing to me. So don't let your friends and family, the people that you know, suffer any longer. You go ahead and introduce this. And there are people that are looking for income too. So if you can get your patches paid for by introducing it to people, the company will pay you back. So I recommend, really, for most people, you want to do this for at least 6 months. So if there's different ways that you can start to utilize this, if you are that person, a couple of you that want to try it for 3 months each, then start with that middle package of $535. You get 6 sleeves. It's an envelope of patches, 30 in each envelope, one for each of you for a month at a time. And when you share that package with somebody else and somebody else starts at that, the company will pay you $75. If you just want to try it for 3 months, the first initial trial, that's where you need to get in and start there, which is great because you can always upgrade. It is $295. You get 3 sleeves. And the company, if you share it with somebody else and they do that, they can also make that $35 for sharing it as well. And then there's the max. Like, I obviously started at that middle spot, but it took me about I don't even think it was 2 weeks. I upgraded to the big package. That's 20 sleeves. Now, why would you want that? That addresses the people. Like, I knew that I was going to share this with a bunch of people. So some of them I was putting them on people, and then other people, like I had my next door neighbor, she wanted to start right away. She didn't want to wait for hers to get there. So I gave her a sleeve because I had extra. And then when hers came in, she gave it back to me. So that's why we have that extra on hand, so that you can actually, like a trade out program, basically. It's not a lot of extra, but it's enough that you can do that with multiple people as people get started. And then the company, when you share that package with somebody else or they purchase at that package, the company will pay you $405. So that's kind of like the first way that you can even earn your money back on wherever it is that you start, and start utilizing this for your health, and even some income. The importance of being on a monthly subscription of this is that's how the business side of this works. When you get in at that middle package, the advanced package, that opens up the entire compensation plan to you. And as you're on a monthly subscription of 2 sleeves or more, that will make the whole compensation plan open to you. You're considered active. There isn't any business for basically $200 a month where that's all your business expenses per month to run your business at an unlimited income. And what I mean by that is the next way that you can gain some income and build a business and or just extra income, like I said, it's all based on your effort. Whoever you share it with, whatever it is that you need to get from this part of it, you can utilize that as long as you're committed to the process. So the next is what we call team compensation or team commission. You're basically building teams. It's called a binary, which is a team on your right, a team on your left. And everybody just goes in there. You put 2 right, 2 left, cousin, sister, brother, best friend, and you're on that 2 sleeve auto ship. That makes you a manager. The entire compensation plan is open to you. Like, this caps out at $25,000 a week. So yes, a week. And there are people that are making that and more. So again, it's all based on your own effort, but that's one of the secondary ways to make money. And if that's not enough for you, they do a matching bonus. I thought this was really incredible. I'd kind of heard of some of the other things prior, but this one, a matching bonus, means anybody that you initially introduce this to, you've got your best friend, they want to put this technology to work, they start sharing it with people, because it's really hard to keep your mouth closed when this kind of stuff happens. Just ask Dinah, because she has shared it with a ton of people in our classes and things that we do together. So 25% of any of that business business volume, everything has a point. And so that volume is building up on both sides as people share this technology with other people. It's not just your effort. Like that video stated at the beginning, it's not just your effort, because somebody's going to find out about this and they are going to be super excited and tell a ton of people. People are looking for income business wise. This is a win-win. They get healthier and income is attached to it. So they're going to really go for the business aspect of it. And when somebody does that and you introduce them to it, that's 25% for you. The people they introduced it to, that's 20% for you. And then so on and so forth, third generation down, yet another 20% for you off of their businesses. Doesn't come out of their money. The company uses that 60% revenue to do that. So in moving on real quick, again, this is it. Info is all about the product. We have this is it team that teaches us how to do this entire process. We have help for all those things. Get back to the person that invited you to this call and they will explain all that to you. Those are the two sites. We have so much more going on YouTube, Facebook. But now, right now is the time to decide, are you going to put this to work for yourself? You can realize your financial dreams as well. We're here to help you with all of that. Your hope is in your future, so you can get started today. This is yet another way that we can not earn income, but we earn trips. You like to vacation? Do you like to go on special trips? This is what's going on right now. The qualification was from August 4th through the 19th of October. So you still have time to get in, share it with a bunch of people, and earn this free trip to the Bahamas and go with us. So the qualification, like I said, is through the October 19th. The cruise dates are February 8th through the 13th of 2026. So let's all go together. I would love to meet you all in person. Feel free to come up to me and talk to me when you see me, because I would love to meet you. I'm going to turn it back over to Greg and Mena right now. And thank you so much for letting me share my heart about this today.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, Annette. That is amazing. Great job sharing all the
Great
information.
job.
Hopefully you guys were taking notes and all the different things that obviously this passion does, because when you hear someone that actually knows obviously the background and how the physiology works and everything else, and then also hearing your amazing testimonials, including Dinah's, it's amazing what you can get from that. So that's one thing that we always tell people. Annette, you did a fantastic job. We always want to share people, get back together with the person that actually you got the information that brought you to this meeting today, because the most important thing is to get more information. Well, we tell people get started today. We have people get started as soon as they see this presentation. They're like, get me signed up. I want to use the product. There's other people say, I want to build a business and use the product. But Amanda, you can kind of ramp up and then we go.
Yeah,
from there.
so I just wanted to say there's a lot of new people that are on here today, people that have come for the first time. So welcome once again, and do get back with the person that invited you. You know, the most exciting thing for us is the people that we're sharing with, and then the testimonies that come back to us. Just this morning out of South Africa, the most amazing, and a lot of you know Yolandi Duplessis, her testimony just blows me away all the time, just like Dinah's testimony. You know, you hear these things, and then the next time they're sharing, they're telling you something else. It's so amazing. So you know what? What we have in our hands is too good not to share. It's too good not to share. So keep going out there. You know, if you care about people, you're going to share. So I love hearing Annette present, because she does it in a way that we don't do it.
No.
So next week you want to bring your friends back here, people that you wanting to share this product with. You want to bring them back, because we're going to have someone else who's sharing. And you know, the thing is, your friends might resonate with them. They might resonate with us. They might resonate with Annette or Brendan Duplessis out of South Africa. But don't keep your mouth quiet. You know, you don't know who is praying for a solution. So thank you all for being on here today. Good to have you on here, Graham. I'm glad you're on, and I'm reaching out to you later. So it's wonderful to have every single one of you from all over the world on our Zoom today. So thank you.
And one thing we tell people, think build locally, but also think globally too. We just signed up to people in our 40th country now. So it's amazing just this morning. So it's expanding all over the world. And we challenge you to again, think of people you know, because everybody has challenges. And I'm sure you know some people that have health challenges, you know, people that have financial challenges. So we want to help everyone. So again, Annette, thank you so much. And thank you, Dinah, for a great testimonial. And we'll let you go now. But once again, we always tell people, you know, there's a lot of things going on in life. There's a lot of things that are uncertain today in today's thing. But the one thing we know for certain is this is it. So God bless you guys. Thank you again. Have a blessed day. And we'll